If you've been working hard, taking on extra responsibilities, and proving your value at work, but have yet to see a raise or a promotion, I'm going to help you get out of that. This video and the free script that I created for you is for my sensitive people, my empaths who've been stuck in silent superstar mode. So you're doing all the right things, but no one's noticing. I'm here to tell you guys that sitting around waiting for someone to reward you is not a strategy. It's a very big gamble. So I'm going to show you exactly how to ask for a raise or promotion with confidence and clarity without being pushy or confrontational. That's the key. So these strategies, they're not about threatening your boss, demanding what you deserve. They're not ultimatums, guilt trips. We are gathering information and making a professional case, one that takes into account your needs and the interest of your boss and your company. And that's the big difference maker, guys. When you can factor in everyone's level of needs, comfort, that's what's going to help you get what you want. And I know this feels scary, what if they say no? But if these promotions or raises are not available, we want to know that sooner rather than later. If they can't do those things, that's not rejection. It's valuable insight that helps you make empowered decisions about what's next. Okay, so there are 3 things we need to do that will help you approach this conversation with confidence and a calmer nervous system. That's pretty important. Number 1, we're going to prepare your case. A strong raise request is not built on feelings. It's built on facts. So before you talk to anyone, you're going to want to jot down, number 1, your recent accomplishments. What are those big projects you've taken on? What did they do for the company? Did you save the company time, money, resources? Have they allowed the company to do new things? Or maybe they brought in extra business. You want to be able to attach what you've done with how that has helped the company. And then you're also going to want to note any new responsibilities you've taken on. If your job description has shifted and it hasn't really been revisited, that's something to note. And then finally, any salary benchmarks you can find for your role. So Glassdoor, Indeed, those are great places to find that kind of information. And when you can go in with all of this, the conversation becomes much less emotionally driven. And then you're going to have that extra confidence going in, which will help you remain calm and steady. And I cannot tell you guys how many times I've kind of blown a raise or promotion request in my career because I let it sit so long that at some point I just kind of exploded. And I went in really emotionally charged and kind of demanding. And it's not a good look when you appear to not be able to control your emotions. And then what does it say about you that you haven't spoken up? You've really put your boss or your company in kind of an awkward position, honestly. If we've waited this long, it makes them feel not so great about themselves. So when you can go in calm, collected, and with facts, that's going to go a really long way. Secondly, you're going to choose the right time. So the best times to ask are going to be after a major win or accomplishment, during a scheduled performance or salary review. Another great time is if somebody on the team is leaving, because now we've opened up another salary, right? And maybe before they start hiring, they'd like to know if there's something new that you want to get into or you want to take on maybe new or different roles within the company. That might be an easier time for them to shift things around if they've got to bring somebody new onto the team anyways. Okay, the bad times. If your company is going through layoffs, financial hardship, any sort of uncertainty, that's not going to be the time to ask. Because even if they could do something, it's probably not going to be as good as it could be when things are a little better. So if that's going on in your company right now, just keep collecting and tracking your wins in the meantime and wait for that better time. Okay, third and final, you want to be ready for pushback. And this is where most empaths freeze up because the minute the conversation gets uncomfortable, our nervous systems can go into overdrive. And that's totally normal. But the best way to stay calm is to prepare some responses ahead of time. I'm going to give you 3 examples here, but be sure to check the link below. I've got a lot more in that scripting PDF. So, for example, if your boss were to say, "We don't have the budget right now," You could respond with something like, I understand. Would it be possible to revisit this in a few months? And then in the meantime, are there other ways my contributions can be recognized? Maybe there are some extra work from home days. Maybe you could shift some responsibilities. There could be some other way to make your life a little better if actual salary dollars are not available right now. If they were to respond with, you're already being paid competitively in this current market, you could say, well, that's very helpful context. Based on my additional responsibilities, could we look at how my role compares to current benchmarks? If they say raises are tied to evaluations, okay, that makes sense. Are there specific milestones or metrics I can aim for between now and then to strengthen my case for advancement? So all of these are calm, professional responses that keep the door open. That's the key. And then they help you gather the information you need to make the best decisions for your life and your career path. To make it easier for you guys, I created a free download, including all of the phrases and prompts I mentioned earlier, as well as a bunch more. So you're never stuck wondering what to say or how to say it. And these are real life examples from my life, from my clients' lives that have been used in our workplaces that saw a lot of growth and success. So definitely grab that at the link below. And then in my next video in this series, I'm talking about what to do if you keep getting overlooked and the signs that it might be time to walk away. All right, guys, you don't want to miss that. I see you over there.